Good morning, world. How's everybody doing? Yeah, I gotta figure out a name. Ashy. I can't be Ashy Larry. Ashy Uncle? Nah, I'll figure out something. Or somebody will drop something in the comments. But anyway, I just wanted to say what's up. Do my monthly check-in, see how everybody's doing. But also, I wanted to say, we're in the month of May, of course. I know I'm like 8 days late, but I've been rehabbing the foot. May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and you know, speaking personally, first of all, I'm not no therapist or no shit like that. I'm not a counselor or anything like that. I had I guess we'll say, for lack of a better term, coming to Jesus moment where I realized that my mental health was terrible way back in like 2019 when I quit a job that I worked for like 14 years because I just couldn't take it no fucking more. Yeah, being healthy mental health is essential in life, yo. Like again, speaking for myself, I could flash back on moments and, shout out to the people in my life, man. I could flash back to moments where I was like in a real dark place, probably not my best self. Definitely extra self-medicated, like badly, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I walk around with a lot of depression, a lot of anxiety. I deal with a lot. And, one of the what's the word I'm looking for? Forgive me. It's 7:30 in the morning. My brain ain't really functioning right. But one of the triggers or catalysts, there we go. One of the catalysts for it was I was raised like, most black men were raised, shut the fuck up and keep going. Bottle it up. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all saw the foot that I just had surgery on. I've been carrying that pain since 2021, 2022. It's because all my life I was told to suck up the pain, shut the fuck up, and keep pushing. And I started to realize, when I was unintentionally losing people that I didn't want to lose in my life because my mental health was so poor and I couldn't identify whether I was mad at this person for saying good morning or I was mad at the way my life circumstances were and the fact that I didn't have good mornings when people were telling me good morning. It was like, yeah, I had to prioritize that, man. I really did. And like, looking back at it now versus where I am, looking back then versus where I am now, I'm grateful that things happen the way they happen. Like I found the therapist, I found the support group. You know what I'm saying? I came to terms with who I am, full on acceptance. I severed ties and I burnt bridges that needed to be burned. I probably could still use these bridges, but nah, fuck that. I started to realize, yeah, what paying those tolls long before congestion pricing. Only New Yorkers gonna catch that. But paying those tolls to go across those bridges, they were not good for my mental health. They didn't help me, and when I'm doing the monthly check-in, it's because, believe me when I tell you, I know what it's like to be depressed and be anxious and be worried and, life is lifing and you be stressing. Like, I know what that feels like. I know what it feels like to be, like your chest feels like you just swallowed a fucking a tire rod that's been heated up to like 350 degrees, but it weighs like 17,000 tons. So it's just like, I get that. I really do. I promise y'all. So, you know what I'm saying? Again, make this video long as fuck. I apologize. But yeah, just prioritize your mental health, man. You know what I'm saying? In a healthy manner. It's okay to take a little drink. Don't be like me and think that, you immune to what the fuck happens, Okay to smoke a little bud, but don't smoke so much that you become numb. Like really do those self-reflecting things. I know that shit hurts. Trust me. Self-reflecting is like, fuck. You know what I'm saying? Find somebody you could chop it up with. Therapist, counselor, anybody. You know what I'm saying? Somebody you trust or somebody you trust to respect your feelings in that safe space when you're talking to them. All right? But yeah. By the way, I'm coming with a video later. I'm choosing some violence. I'm just letting y'all know that right now. So just be prepared. But